Hi, this is Kai, and today I got a big ass box. Do you think I have a problem? Yeah, you're right. So as you guys can see, today I have Metroplex, and I am very excited about this big boy here. Just because, just let alone look at that artwork on the box. Like, gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. I love the aesthetic that they're going for with Legacy. It feels so, I don't know, it feels so, like, arcade space in a way, like, I don't know, like, you could walk into an arcade and you can, like, kind of get that same aesthetic. Specifically, I feel like an 80s arcade. So, I left this box sealed because I want to get my first reaction to it on camera. So, let's see here. Let's open it up right now. Because this is the only Titan class figure for Legacy right now. So, pretty exciting. Let's see if I can get it out and stuff. There we go. Anything in this one? Nope, packaging is really good on this guy so far. Now, and got his shoulders, I can see him. Since I have that fall somewhere, I can't find it. Fell down. And there he is. So I do gotta say, packaging is really good. So, and they seem to be sticking to the same thing that they're doing with all the other Legacy figures, where really the only plastic that they have is the tape, and the rest is like paper and cardboard. So let's get them all out, and then, so here he is, all out of the box. And I don't think anybody did not expect this, but he's pretty big. You guys say he's probably around the same height as Omega Supreme, and you know, the Arc and Scorponok, of course. But I do gotta say, there is something about him that is just different. He's not heavier than Omega Supreme. He's definitely heavier than the Arc, though. And I can't say for Scorponok because I haven't been able to get him yet. But anyways, he is gorgeously colored. He has a ton of articulation, to be honest. Mainly just because of how he transforms. But here, let's take a look at his accessory that he comes with. Technically it's two, but it can turn into one. So let's set you down here. This stand, yep. So he does come with this, obviously. And does have ratchet joints right here. So this, very loud. But this does not have ratchet joints. This is friction. I do gotta say, I do really like this weapon here. And it's actually you could say that is given these right here. It is a kind of life size compared to him. Well, if I don't know how to explain it, but this is actually a prop that you could probably use like for yourself because it is just that big. I really do like it. It matches the aesthetic really well. The gold, metallic gold right there is also really nice. And there's a bunch of articulation in this as well, obviously. Bunch of ratchet joints, very loud, very loud, very loud. And it can come apart into two pieces. So you can have them dual wielding or one wielding. And they do have a lot of points where you can fold points in so stuff is not just sticking out, so you can hold it different ways. And he does have weapon storage. He stores this on his back when you put it into two pieces. So that is also really nice as well. this is a good prop here, and it's made out of really good plastic. So now let's look a little bit more onto the aesthetic of Metroplex here. Now this is the Cybertron Universe Metroplex, which I really do like him. He just has this style about him that is just really nice. So let's get into some of the articulation here. Now there are a lot of ratchet joints, so it's going to be very loud. Now for the hands, they actually are just friction. Hopefully this is all in a camera view. And he very similar hands to Omega Supreme. A lot of these figures are actually kind of like same sort of tooling as Omega Supreme because he was the first one. But other than that, they are completely different figures. So ratchet joint there on the wrist. He does have really tight ratchet joints at the elbow. Like really tight. And at the bicep there. And well, oh, I didn't even turn the joint. Transforming him right now. Come in. Okay, there we go. He has a lot of transforming parts, which makes him kind of hard to move. But, let's see if I can get that. Because he does have, he can move it up here. And I must... Yep, there it is. He can move it side to side. It's just very, very tight. He also does have somewhat of an ab crunch, and I transformed that again. He does have somewhat of an ab crunch here, as you can see there. That's mainly because of the way that he transforms. Like Omega Supreme didn't have an ab crunch, and neither did the Arc, but that's just because of the way he transforms. He gets an ab crunch, so that is pretty cool, but it does make him a little bit awkward when standing. And he does... If I could get him sit up straight, he does have rotation in the head, up and down, and you can kind of move his head up, and you can kind of make him like more articulated there. So that's kind of a nice touch. Again, mainly because of transformations, but anyway. And now let's move on to the waist here. He does, I believe, yep, he does have a waist swivel. He can move his legs front and back. Got an amazing spread there. And he can have he does have a thigh swivel, and he can, break his legs. That's because of his transformation. That's another problem that I see with when you're moving him around. He does have an issue with things starting to transform when they're not supposed to. He also has a toe tip here. He does have a heel tip here, and an ankle pivot as well. He also has that there too. So far, he has pretty standard articulation, but he does have an ab crunch, which none of the others, I believe, do have. Maybe Scorponok does, but again, I don't have Scorponok, so I can't tell for it. But yeah, and I do gotta say that this guy is really, really detailed. Definitely appreciate it, especially since his head does transform. Don't have to worry about that. They did put that in there. His head does transform, and as you can see here, this is where you do the weapon storage stuff. You would just have to move it in certain, yeah. You have to do that, and then you can have weapon storage back there as well. And he does have light piping. The light piping right there on his forehead, I think it is. Looks like, yeah, he does have light piping there. And he does have light piping on the back as well. So that's a pretty nice touch as well. So he has a few different options of transformation. Well, not a few different options, but he has quite a few things that he can do. So I'll transform him and let's see what happens. So here is his first mode here. Now aesthetic-wise, it does look very cool because of course you got the arms and stuff, and they're all articulated and stuff like that, and you got the new head there as well, which of course has better light piping than the first head. And this guy is a pain to transform, simply because of all the ratchet joints, of course, but also because you can see there, this does not want to go in properly. So it's constantly up, so it's hard to move this arm without it transforming back to how it was before. So that's kind of a pain. But it still looks cool. And also, From what I can tell, there's no place for this part to snap into. Unless I'm just not seeing it in the instructions, there's no part for this to snap into. So this is free-flowing here, but not my favorite transformation, but still, it was pretty okay. So we got another one to transform him into. Let's do that. And here is the last form. Now, I do gotta say, I feel like they focused a lot on his main robot mode and not too much on the alt modes. Because right now, it just looks like Metroplex is doing doggy style. And they said, yep, he transformed. Doing doggy style, transformed. There you go, got it, we're good. I feel like they could have done maybe just a few more things that like kind of hide the fact, his legs and stuff like that, to hide the fact that he's just kind of squished together. Like the robot mode, I think, I don't know if it's worth exactly the price. I don't think so. No, the robot mode alone is not worth the price. The fact that he can transform into his alt mode is pretty nice, but and he is very articulate, but I don't think that it's really worth the money when all you get is doing doggy style, basically. So, yeah. Not my favorite Titan figure. I do gotta say that definitely my favorite Titan figure would be the Ark, because of course you can transform it into the spaceship and it looks almost seamless. And then my second would probably be Omega Supreme, and this one, even though I haven't reviewed Scorponok, this one's probably my least favorite. The colors are nice. The aesthetic is nice. He moves well when he's in robot mode. And I really like the accessory he comes with. But these transformations are just unpleasant. They're not fun to do. And to get this, it's not really satisfying either. So I would say that this guy probably gets, I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. Just because it's kind of disappointing just to get Metroplex doing doggy style instead of something actually kind of cool like he would be in the show. So, yeah, I guess that is all.